happy 2025 to you in whatever part of the world that you're watching from. It's the first Sunday of the year. May it bring joy, may it bring hope, may it bring wonderful surprises. How are you? How are you feeling about this year? Are you happy and grateful and optimistic? I hope you're like me, graciously looking forward to the new lessons and experiences that this year will bring. I've only just arrived back into the UK from my trip to Lagos, Nigeria, and honestly, I cannot tell you how full my heart is with love, with joy, and with gratitude. It truly warms my heart to know that no matter how life unfolds, there are those who still remain strong, steadfast, and resilient, who are still making peace with life in a beautiful way. And this visit to Lagos made me realize why I could be anywhere in the world and will always be proudly Nigerian. Every moment that I spent out there was full of joyful faces, happy people, the children, I had goosebumps, the smiles on their faces, the coming together and looking out for each other, the many celebrations. You can't go to Nigeria without having to attend a few lovely parties here and there. They were just a bunch of good and happy people. And why am I sharing this with you? Because I thought about what I wish for myself this year and what I wish for others as well. But I wanted to sense it from within. I didn't just want to come up with an intellectual answer. I wanted to be guided to it. And my Lagos experience gave me exactly that. In fact, I was at a 90-year-old party, and yes, it's so wonderful to know that people are still living that long. But that's when it hit me. I looked at the celebrant, as she was celebrating her 90th birthday, and I immediately thought of this giant oak tree. Have you ever wondered how the mighty oak tree that was once a seed buried in darkness under the soil, grew up to be this giant tree that everyone admires and everyone wants to take shelter under it? It is because that seed withstood the test of time. It went through changes, it accepted it and made peace with it. How from one moment to the other, through the forces of nature, change happens to us. From being a 9-year-old seed to being a 90-year-old giant oak tree that acts as a protective shield for everyone around, with so much beauty, so much resilience, so much wisdom. That is what I wish for you and I this year. To be able to withstand the changing times, to stand firm and resilient, and yet to be able to make peace with where we are on our journey. You cannot fight change. You cannot resist growth. You must make peace with it. It's easier to complain about your environment and what's going wrong in it. But I think it's much easier to make peace with it, to be accepting of it. No one is saying that you shouldn't want better. You shouldn't wish for better things or a better life. We're always wanting more experiences to get better and better. But first, we must be accepting of where we find ourselves at that point in time and be able to appreciate it. And this is what plagues many of us. You think the seed knew that it would turn into this giant oak tree? No. It had faith, it had trust, and the knowledge that love will see it through. It grew despite all the challenges, the heavy rainfall, the hot scorching sun, the drought season, the strong winds. Maybe it even survived a few storms and hurricanes here and there. But yet it grew despite all of that. It stood firm and embraced the change at every turn. So save this video, not for now, but for the moment later in the year when you think, I'm doing my very best and it's still not good enough. And I've given it my all, but all seems to fall short. And it looks like the world is closing in on you and nothing seems to be working. Remember the oak tree. Remember that no matter what you might be going through in life, no matter what life seems to throw at us, all of it ultimately leads to that giant oak tree that lies within us. It leads to more strength towards our spiritual growth. And so every experience, however difficult and hard and treacherous it may be, however painful and slow and uncomfortable it may seem, all of it ultimately strengthens you for the better. And so trust me, it will subside. You will be a much greater being for those experiences than before you had them. The seed is never afraid to sprout because it trusts and believes that whatever power made the seed will also make it a giant tree one day. And so today, I do not want to indulge you by saying, oh, every moment of 2025 will be amazing and joyful, because I do not know the path which you have chosen to follow. But I can assure you that when you look up in gratitude, with all the strength that your soul can muster, and you genuinely, from the pit of your soul, ask for help when you need it, help will surely come. And that power and strength that we need has already been given as soon as our experience begins, because none of us is ever given that which we are not capable of. And none of us is ever put in a situation which we cannot handle. However, this is the season where people like to put unnecessary pressure on themselves in the name of New Year resolutions. And you know that our society has made it such that they want you climbing to the 10th floor when you haven't even reached the second floor yet. They want you making a list of all the big and mighty things that you will achieve without first learning how to conquer the little stuff here and there. But trust me, if we can achieve the little things step by step and celebrate those little wins, the bigger things will become easier and easier. But if our aim is only the big stuff, we will quickly tire when the effort required is not there. So this new year, this is what I wish for you and I. Let's be giant oak trees together. Let's provide shade for each other. Let's stand strong, beautiful, resilient together. Let's have faith and trust that it is done before it has even begun. So until next time, be gentle with yourself and have a very happy 2025. Bye for now.